Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace and blessings. Turbo King back with another video, man. And today, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about when you feel alone in this world. Especially when you're chosen by God, you may feel alone in this world. You may feel like you don't have many people that you can relate to. Sometimes you may feel empty, and that's for a reason, man. It's for a reason why you feel like that. It's because you're chosen. It's because you're called to be set apart, to be holy. Holy means to be set apart. You're not supposed to be like everybody else. You're not supposed to follow the crowd. You're meant and you're designed. You're specifically designed by the Most High to be like who you are today. This is not by mistake. This is not a mishap. You're supposed to be who you are today because you're chosen by the Most High. See, God made you. Nothing in your life was a mistake. You might feel like this wasn't supposed to happen to me. In your childhood, growing up, things might have happened. You might have felt like, man, this wasn't supposed to happen. I wasn't supposed to do this. I wasn't supposed to do that. But in reality, you were. It was all supposed to happen. It was all destined for you to do. And even let's say it was not supposed to happen. God always has his hand over your life. Meaning, think about Jonah when he turned away. When he turned away, God, no. You can't escape. You can't escape what God has called you for. So, man, when you're alone, it's because you meant to be alone. It's because not necessarily, I'm gonna say, because no man should be alone. Nobody should be alone. But when you're peculiar, God calls us to be peculiar and strange people. We're not supposed to be like everybody else, especially when you're chosen by the Most High. You're supposed to be different, and you should accept that. A lot of us, we want to run away from our calling. Like I just said, Jonah. We want to run away from it. We want to be like everybody else. We want to fit in with the crowd. We can't fit in with the crowd. We have a duty as chosen ones to be set apart, to be righteous, to set an example for a lot of people in this world. Show the light in our life, the light in our spirit, to glorify our Father. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And when you're alone, a lot of times we're all human at the end of the day. We have feelings, we have emotions. So it can be difficult. Let's be real. It can be difficult at times. And it's things that may have happened, that may have occurred in your life to where you may have feel like you're alone, Especially a lot of things stem from our childhood. We may have went through different things. We may have went through something with our parents or our siblings. We may have gone through some traumatic experiences. And it caused us to be different. It caused us to act a certain type of way. Maybe unknowingly. We might not even know why we're feeling like this. We may not even know why. But it was all for a purpose, Let's say you might have lost a parent when you were younger. Let's say you might have lost a sibling. You might ask God, why? Why is this happening to me? Why did you do this, God? But what you shouldn't do, you shouldn't question the Most High. Maybe this is needed. Maybe this was needed at this season in your life for a divine reason, for a divine purpose in your life. And you might not understand it now, because in the moment we never understand. In the moment we never see what's really happening. It's always, hindsight is always 20/20. So not when we look back now, we can someday we can get past it and we can realize, okay, this is what this was for. Especially when you're in spiritual warfare, when things are happening to you, you can't really see it when you're in the moment. But as soon as you get past it, You be like, dang, okay, this has happened. This is what causes you to have wisdom. This is what causes you to have knowledge and understanding. You know, this is what causes you to be the best version of yourself and to level up and to have experience. You know, experience is the best teacher. So when we alone, and sometimes, like I said, no man is supposed to be alone. You know, sometimes when we're alone, especially in the season of isolation, a lot of people, I hear a lot of people say, and this is just my opinion, a lot of people say, oh, I've been isolated for 7 years, 8 years. Personally, I believe, now this is just my opinion, personally, I believe that you shouldn't be alone that long. You know, when you're a season in isolation, it's for a reason. You're not just in isolation just for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, God is clearly trying to show you something. So, like I said, I'm going to keep saying this is my opinion now. If you've been in the season of isolation for a long period of time, then maybe you're not learning a lesson that you need to learn. You know? You have to sit back and understand, what am I missing? You know? Because God is trying to teach you a lesson. And if you're not learning the lesson, he's going to keep doing it back over and over and over again until you reach the next level, until you reach the next step. You're going to continue to do the same thing over and over, bro. This is what happens all the time. You ever realize when you seem to keep going through the same experiences? Why is that? Until you learn the lesson, you're going to continue to go through the same experiences, bro. It happened to me. I kept going through the same experiences, and then I had to sit back and say, why is this happening? You know, what do I need to change about myself? Because you can't blame nobody else. You can only blame yourself. So when you're alone, man, sometimes it might be because of you. It might not always just be, because you're you know, when you're set apart, you're not gonna fit in with other people. You're gonna feel alone anyway, but you're not gonna fit in with the crowd, you know. But sometimes when you're in a season of isolation, it might be something that you need to work on. You need to fix within yourself, and you need to get into prayer, get into your word, and focus up. But like I was really saying, when you called to be set apart, you never fit in. Like in high school, you never fit in. Elementary, you never fit in. School, all that. You just never fit in. You never felt inside of the atmosphere with other people. You just always felt different, and you never could understand why. But now that you have wisdom and understanding, now you know why, because you're chosen. You know, when you go to the parties, when you used to go to the parties, when you used to go to the kickbacks, you could never just vibe. You know, it wasn't even in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't vibe with certain people. You couldn't bask in the moment with certain people. It wasn't natural to you, you know, because it's not supposed to be natural to you. What's supposed to be natural to you is to be set apart, be righteous, escape from this world. That's what's supposed to be natural to you. So, man, I hope this video helps, especially when you're in a season of isolation, especially when you feeling alone. You know, just know that everything is a season. It's a time and place for everything. You know, just continue to pray, continue to ask the Most High for help, and continue to have wisdom and understanding and knowledge. God is going to help you, and He's going to bless you with certain people in your life, certain things, certain places. You just have to continue to focus on Him. Like I said, seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all things should be added on to you. But this is the end of the video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I love y'all. Y'all have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. Peace. I'm out.